crowd. 815 in crowd. 815 in crowd. 815 in crowd. 815. 815.
I got it on good authority that some superheroes should be perfectly okay to drive without seatbelts. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the second day of May, the year 2026, the latest it has ever been, my friend.
In the history of mankind. You know, that's all well and good, because if you're Superman, you're the man of steel. You get into an accident, the other guy's getting hurt. You're not. So
I can assure you, I am not one of those superheroes. I and I do.
My superpower is I can bark like a dog and I can do my ABCs backwards.
You do that often too. You're good at it. Have you determined what breed of dog that you are mimicking when you bark?
I am
like
a mutt.
You're
I am a mutt.
Hand up. We're just a couple of mutts. That's all we are. We got a great show for you and the person that might still be sleeping next to you. So maybe give them a little nudge and say, "Hey, Greg and Tom are talking. Time to listen to what's happening in the In Crowd 815." We're going to be visiting.
Listen up.
We're going to be visiting with the vice president and treasurer today of a great local organization, the Pec Playhouse Theater. They've gone through some trying times over the last few years. We're going to talk about what they are doing to recover from that roof collapse a few years ago and see where they're at. We're going to catch up with them. And first, we're going to be chatting with Dr. Sheila Hill, who's founded something called Think Big here in Rockford. You might have seen their awesome logo around town in different places and wondered what in the world that's all about. We're going to learn all about that today, and I'm excited to share that with you. First, though, we need to do this. To 10 has me. Am I really up 7-4 already? Wow, that happened fast.
It's fixed.
I'm taking Tom down in our current race to 10. And this week's big number of the week is an odd number. It ends in an odd number. 1,008,597 is the answer. Does it have something to do with Reliant or ripoffs? And let me look at my page here. Yep, that's correct. Reliant or ripoffs. If you want to put your guess in the chat, let us know if you think the big number of the week this week has something to do with ripoffs, or does the big number of the week this week have something to do with Reliant? I will tell you this much. The Reliant hint on the screen should have been a car and not a timepiece. I'll give you that hint. Okay, the Reliant clue on the screen should have been a car, not a timepiece. I don't know why AI did that to me, but that's okay. Anyway, and the ripoffs could be any kind of ripoffs. Really. All right, so we'll give you the answer at the end of the show.
It sounds like a setup to me.
Yeah, well,
after I send mine in, oh, by the way, the rules have changed.
You're welcome to change it at any time, Tom. You're not getting the answer.
No, because I will undoubtedly screw myself. Because if the answer is what I said, not what I said, and I change it to that, then it'll be not what I said again.
Then you'll be very frustrated.
It's like that bank line or that grocery store line where you get in this line and all of a sudden this one moves and you move over there and then this one goes, this one moves.
That keeps me from changing checkout lines often. Just thinking, hey, I might be in the line with more people, but it's probably going to be more efficient. I
do that in traffic all the time, and I'll get in the shorter line, and then all of a sudden some guy decides, oh, now I'll put my blinker on. Oh, thanks. Now I got to wait.
Well, we've got a great person to share with you this morning. We're honored to welcome a powerhouse of leadership here in the 815. Dr. Sheila Hill's a founder of Think Big. She's pioneered a transformative minority business accelerator right here in Rockford, which is dedicated to dismantling the barriers for minority and women entrepreneurs. And she's a speaker. I believe she's spoken internationally. We'll ask her about that. I think she's a John Maxwell leadership coach too, which is mega impressive. I love that. And at one point, if I got this correctly, she's actually received a key to the city. If she still has it, I'm wondering if she can get us in any doors. So Dr. Hill, we welcome you to the In Crowd 815 podcast. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning. I want to go to the Golden Corral. Can you get us into the Golden Corral?
So I still have the key to the city, but I do not believe I could get you into the Golden Corral.
Oh, man.
Maybe just the Midway Theater, so we can. No, that's a whole other topic of conversation. We don't want to go there today. But we do want to go to the world of Dr. Sheila Hill. So we're going to put you here on the big side of the screen and ask you first, where did you grow up? Are you a native Rockfordian, or did you grow up somewhere else and move here?
No, I'm a native of Rockford. Yes, absolutely.
All right.
E-Rab, true to the heart. Sorry.
No, you're good.
We got a Jayhawk and an E-Rab on the screen today, and then this.
That's right.
I'm a cheesehead. I'm from southeastern Wisconsin, so I'm a transplant here. So
no offense, but we hated East. They were our biggest.
Really?
Yeah. But my mom went there, and my aunt went there. Aunts went there. Yeah, a lot of people I know went there. So I don't hate East personally. I never did.
You have a wonderful mom. You have a great family.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
That went to East.
Yep.
So East E-Rab, after high school, what did you do post high school?
Rock Valley College.
Rock Valley College. Okay.
Rockford through and through.
Before the mascot changed? Didn't they change mascots?
They did. We used to be the Trojans. Now we're the Golden Eagles. So I was there when it was the Trojans years and years ago.
I do not recall. I only went to class and went home. That's it. Went to work, class. That's it. Couldn't tell you.
Back in the day, they had a stellar tennis team for a while before they were a softball powerhouse. And they actually had a football team back in the day too.
Yeah,
which I think was pre-mascot change. So
it was. I sort of played on the football team. I was injured. I went out for it, and I was injured, and I couldn't finish the season. And then the next season, I was like, no, can't do it. I was already to graduate anyway.
So Rock Valley College, and then tell us a little bit about your career arc and what led you to start Think Big.
So absolutely. So believe it or not, it's really simple. My friend and I, we were having lunch, and him and I both have a business. He's actually the co-founder of Think Big, and that's Dante Matthews. And we was having lunch and just talking about some of the barriers that we had to overcome to be entrepreneurs in the city of Rockford. And we thought, let's just have an event. And so we had this event, which was the Think Big Expo, which was well attended. It was 2 days. We had a little bit over 2,000 people. And after that, individuals continued to reach out to us about starting their business. And so then we decided to start the School of Business.
Okay.
And so
what was your business, I guess, experience prior to starting Think Big? What kind of businesses were you starting or working on?
So I had a property management company.
Okay.
Prior to that, I was a consultant. I was a consultant for SBDC over at Rock Valley College. That was my first business. And then I had an event planning business. And then I moved into property management. So I did property management for, I don't know, maybe 15 years. We still own the business. Now my husband runs it, and we do more of ground maintenance now.
Okay. Very, very fulfilling, but very challenging, isn't it? To property management.
So the great thing about our business, we was on the opposite side. So we did more of the maintenance, more of preparing the property, less of collecting the rent, right? Yeah. That's the challenging part, right?
Anybody wanting to get into real estate, I remind them, you're not getting into showing houses. That all the stuff you see on TV, that's all usually the easy stuff. Negotiating contracts. If you become a property owner and a landlord, then you're screening applicants, and that's no fun because you have to turn people down, and nobody wants to turn people down. I like people happy, but you know what? You want to put good people in your houses when you rent them out.
And nobody wants to evict anyone either.
No,
that's the worst.
So, and that's why you got to screen so well. You got to screen well, so you don't have to evict anybody. And that's a whole other real estate conversation. I'm a realtor, so I get into that, and we'll put that aside. So you decided to start the Think Big as an organization. I want to put your website up on the screen so everybody can see it. And tell us, I guess, a little bit more about what the mission and goal is for Think Big, and how you guys are furthering.
That's a nice website. And so hence Dante and I's story, just kind of, him and I both just trying to navigate the whole business arena we continued to talk. And so we kind of talked about what was some of the red tape that was before us that kind of slowed us down from our business being successful. And so some of those things were just simple things like really understanding, having a business plan that it's a live document, and better understanding marketing and marketing trends, as well as finances and access to capital and different things like that. And so those are the things that we were faced with, and we just took that and transitioned it into Think Big. Once we started the organization, we realized that it wasn't just a Sheila and Dante thing, but it was actually a local thing as well as a national thing. And then we just kept looking at it like, oh, this is happening all over the place, right? And so it was just a natural fit for us to start Think Big.
So do you feel like you fill a pretty unique gap in services here in Rockford to help people get a step up and get a leg up in the business world?
So yes, I do. And one reason why, Greg, is I think that we talk about lived experiences, right? And so we just don't teach you the fundamentals of how to start a business and how to be sustainable in your business. But we also ensure that we include life experiences. We walk along the side of individuals to help them structure their business. So it's not like you just come to this class and we just send you off and say, all right, you're ready to go start your business. We actually assign you to a coach. And so you get coached in all these different areas as well to ensure that you launch your business as well as that your business is successful.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can you share a success story of someone in your organization that's, the way your organization has maybe directly impacted someone's life? Not that you have to call anybody out or name any names, but maybe you want to because of the success that's happened locally. Is there someone that you can kind of pinpoint?
Absolutely. Them? Sure. So every year we try to identify someone who has done well. I think the one success story that I have for 2026 is a young man. His name is Laurie. He took the Think Big School of Business 1.0 on last year, June. Came in, didn't really have an idea, Greg, really didn't know where he was going to start his business but wanted to start a business. In class, I do believe somebody, crinkled one of those bottled waters, and he thought, man, maybe I'll start a water business, right? Hence, he started a water business. It's called Put It Down Water. And so hear me when I say it was June of last year. Come the first of the year in January, he reached out to us and said that he had an opportunity to go into a couple gas stations and convenience stores here in Rockford. So we connected him with some more coaches. He got all connected. And today I'm so excited to announce that he's in multiple convenience stores as well as some gas stations locally here in town.
Nice. And and that's finding something. I think everyone feels like if you're going to start a business, you have to find something you're just ultimately passionate about. And why that helps, sure, but if it doesn't fill a gap, you're not going to be successful. There's got to be something that's going to fill the needs of what present day consumers are after. So that's a real challenge, isn't it?
Yes, it has been. But we have several people who have overcome those challenges by just really leaning into starting their business and remaining focused. So I think that's the key. And then being able to one, being passionate about it, and then being driven.
Yeah. Because there's going to be tough times in every business. There's going to be roadblocks and bumps and potholes and stuff that you got to navigate in and around and through. So if you don't have a little bit of passion about your business, you're going to get derailed pretty easily. So is there's kind of an encouragement aspect to Think Big that kind of helps people keep going after they get started?
So I think it's a couple of them. The one is some people that come to Think Big, they already they work a job, right? And so we talk about taking that leap off the porch to start your business. And so we've kind of like, all right, one day you got to jump off the porch, leave that W-2 and launch that business, right? I think that's encouraging for most people because I'm working a job now, but eventually I'll be owning my own business, right? What else? I think the other thing that we say to individuals is really changing your mindset, right? And so everything that you have learned, you may have to unlearn some things so that you can learn how to be an entrepreneur, especially in the climate that we're in today. So yes, those would be the two top ones that we talk about the most, just helping individuals shift their mindset to prepare for entrepreneurship.
It is a different mindset. it's tough to be an employer mindset when you've been an employee for so long, right?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a challenge to do. And I one of the ways I think I try to treat myself, like I said, I'm a realtor, so I'm a self-employed. One of the ways I try to motivate myself is to remind myself I am my own best and worst employee. So if I need discipline, I need to discipline myself. Hey, mister, you had a lazy, lousy day yesterday. Don't duplicate that today.
Love it. Love it. I think for me, I think about everyone who come, well, not everyone, I shouldn't say everyone. Most people think that, oh, I'm gonna start my own business and I'm gonna just work whenever I want to work. Excuse me, you might be working like 50 to 60 hours a week versus 40 hours a week just to get that product on a shelf, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you can have some less productive days, but you got to make it up somewhere during that week to make that money.
Yeah, especially if you have decided to make that leap and quit your W-2 job, if you've already made that commitment to yourself to go full 100% into your new business. Has that replaced your income completely yet? If it hasn't, maybe don't leave the job quite yet, right?
Hang on to that job. Yes.
It's a challenge. So Think Big being a not-for-profit, have you found yourself collaborating with other Rockford organizations to make a broader impact here in the 815?
Absolutely. So we work with Goodwill. We partner with Goodwill, Workforce Connection. We've actually have done multiple things with some of the alumni that's part of Think Big School of Business, like Janine Stevenson Business Center. We've done some things with her. We've done some things with, of course, the city of Rockford. The Ice Hogs is one of our favorites. Who else? Of course, some banks in town. It's always nice to work with our local banks. Who else have we worked with? The Park District. Oh my gosh, I got to forget the Park District. Yes. So yes.
And your building is right next door to Midland there, right? The Midland Bank?
Absolutely. Yes.
So they've been it looks like they've been a bit of a partner in some of the stuff that you guys have been doing.
Midland has been a lifelong partner since 2018. We reached out to Martisha Brown. Why don't I just go ahead and say who some of our partners were that started with us. Martisha Brown, who was with Midland Bank at the time. Matthew Simpson, he was with the state of Illinois during that time. Dante, and then myself. And then there was Kate Horton, who worked for U.S. Bank. We all came together and started meeting with some of our local partners in the city of Rockford to host our first expo. All of them are still with Think Big. The beauty of it all, Greg, is that each one of them used to teach one segment of the School of Business. Now Matt teaches all 4 weeks of the School of Business, but all of them have a business background. They all have a business, as well as at the time they all had a W-2 job, right? So that was, so they were like the perfect candidates to kind of help us lift this thing and get it started. So now all of them play a role still yet in Think Big. And Midland has been a partner since we started.
There's one of our Midland gals right there, Janie, chiming in. We love Think Big. So thanks for watching and chiming in there.
Oh, they're the best. Midland is the absolute best. Their team is like, when we go into Midland, they all be like, hey, Think Big, hey, Sheila. It's just the greatest feeling when you walk into a bank, right? Awesome. Whether you got money or not, it's the greatest feeling.
That's awesome. Well, if somebody wanted to get involved with Think Big, either as a business owner or volunteer, is there places for them to plug into Think Big to help you guys out in some way, shape, or form right now?
Absolutely. So right now we currently have the Think Big market that's coming up. It's going to be starting this June. This is our second year doing it. We always use volunteers to assist us with vendors as well as with traffic flow or just the flow of the market overall. So there's opportunities there. There's also opportunities there at our building. We always are looking for individuals to help us with our special events that we do, like networking events, as well as our workshops. Our workshops we have a workshop we have 2 workshops every month, and we're always looking for speakers. So if there's anyone that is like a subject matter expert in business and finances, in marketing, AI, any of those things, we're always looking for organizations or individuals that might have a small business in insurance, different things like that. We're always looking for individuals to assist us as well.
Nice. Well, we've got the link in the chat. So if someone wants to click on that, if you're watching us today and you're on one of the main platforms, that should pop right up for you. If you're not watching on one of the main platforms, it won't. So you'll want to go to our Spotify page later when we upload the show and look for the link there. So if someone does want to volunteer, is it best to go through your website, or I got info at thinkbig815.org looks like your email address here on the website. Is that the best place for people to connect with you and offer their services?
Yeah, that would be the best place.
Awesome. So thinkbig815.org, and that is in the chat right there.
You want me to finish my statement, or you want me to wait?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was just going to talk really quickly about our signature program, the School of Business, that's starting in June. That anyone that's interested in starting a business, you don't need to have a business idea. You could just go ahead and just register at the thinkbig815.org. Just click on events, and you can register for many of our upcoming events, but the School of Business starts in June. We also have launched a School of Business 2.0 for seizure. So anyone who currently has a business, like an HVAC and plumbing or construction or GC, electrician, any of those fields, anyone that's looking to expand into the clean energy or the green energy space, they can register for our class in August, and we will assist them in ensuring that they better understand the clean energy space, as well as bidding, estimating, also looking for contracts in that area as well. So that's like our level 2 or tier 2 of the School of Business. And so you have to be in a business to actually participate in that class. And then, of course, we have some workshops and different things on our website as well.
I think that's one of the things that maybe someone who's never been an entrepreneur before or have their own business before don't necessarily process the fact that, you started a business and you offer a service, but now you have to win customers and clients to your service. And if you're not able to give them a good estimate, if you're not able to show them that you're capable of doing the job properly and on time, you're not going to win a lot of deals. It's really hard.
It's going to be hard to stay in business. Some sales is part of every single business. I don't care what the industry is. You have to be able to sell your product.
Yeah.
Or your service.
I bet that's where a lot of your John Maxwell training comes in handy.
So John Maxwell, I get opportunity to do a lot with the leadership. So teaching, training on leadership, as well as, speaking, different things like that. But John Maxwell also helps with the consistency. So just kind of helping people better understand why you need to be consistent in everything you do, especially in your business, consistency and discipline. So I learned a lot of being disciplined and consistent through his program.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's got another Rock 40 and speaking on some of his events. Ryan Leak, who's from Rock,
yes,
on a bunch of his things, and I love what he does. He's putting out so much great stuff. If you're not following Ryan Leak on LinkedIn or Instagram or all the places, you need to be following Ryan Leak. Amazing speaker, amazing.
He's doing some great things. Yes,
insights on how to be a better business person and how to be a better person, just in general. Love what he shares there. So, is there anything that we have not asked you about today that you wanted to make sure that we touch on before we move on to our trivia transition with Tom here and our next guest?
I think the one thing that I would like to share is about our Think Big Expo that's returning this year on August 1st. It's going to be open to the entire community, as well as we are looking for approximately 50 vendors. We're probably at the halfway mark right now. So another 25, we'll be able to say that that's lock and loaded and ready to go. And then the last thing I would love to say is that although that Think Big is a minority and female focused organization, that we service everyone. So it doesn't matter. We service everyone. We just had a Hispanic, Latino cohort just completed. Today, we're starting a cohort for Swahili speaking community today. We're doing some things with the YWCA and the daycare providers starting on next Thursday. And so I just want to make sure that everyone understand that Think Big is for everyone and everyone is welcomed. And you could just walk in. You don't have to have a appointment nor register for a class. You could just walk in and we'll be able to assist you, one of our many business coaches.
Okay, awesome. Well, thinkbig815.org, the place you want to go for all the information about Think Big. And what a great website you guys have here. So well done. Whoever put that together.
Thank you. I'll make sure he knows that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Someone froze up. Sheila, Dr. Hill, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
You can hear you. We can't hear Greg. Okay, Greg froze up. I'm like, wait a minute, who's supposed to talk here? All right, we'll just talk for a second. Oh, there goes Greg. I was kind of hoping to see Martisha. I know T, as I know her. T and her sister Key. Mm-hmm. Do you know her sister Martisha? And make sure I got the right one.
No, I have not met her sister, but Martisha, yes, serves on one of our committees as a strategic partner.
Yeah, I've known Michael and Michelle, her mom and dad, for a number of years. Good friends of mine. Oh my God, they're just such special people. I absolutely do. And Martisha is, well, I met Martisha. I've also met Martisha, but Martisha's one I know fairly well through the school district and such. And she's just an awesome lady. I was looking forward to seeing her, but it's great seeing you as well. That's all well and good, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So tell her when you see her. Tom Warner from the Rockford School District, he knows her mom and dad. Tell her I said hi. So
absolutely, I will.
It's been a while. It's been a lot of years, so she may not remember me, but that's okay.
I'm sure she will. She does some pretty amazing work.
She does. If she sees my face, she's like, "Oh yeah, of course I know him," but by name she may not remember it. But anyway, welcome back, Greg.
Hey, all right, let's do this. It's time for trivia. Welcome on the screen, our guests from Pecatonica, Laurie and Brian, with us this morning from the Pec Playhouse Theater. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We are ready to take on a little bit of Tom's trivia for the week. He's got 7 questions. My goal is always to get at least 4 right. If I get more than half, I feel pretty good about myself. So together as a team, let's do it.
Yeah, you should nail these. You should nail these. Better than 4. I'm going for better than 4. My goal is 5. 5 and 2, not 4. 5 and 2. All right, here we go. As usual, Greg, if you know the answer, if you got a good educated guess, feel free. But if you absolutely know the answer, give everybody else a chance first. That's just nice. You're going to get the point anyway.
I'm smarter than I am. I got him fooled so bad.
All right. Question number 1. It is of the animal version. All right. Which mammal is taller on average? Is it a rhino or a hippo, a rhinoceros, or a miss?
Ooh.
Which animal is taller on average? Rhino or
so similar?
They are.
I think of hippopotamuses as having very, very short legs and rhinoceroses having a little bit longer legs. So I think would lean toward rhinoceros. I don't know. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep. I think so too.
I think we're going with the rhino.
You're very correct.
Rhino.
All right.
Okay, rhino is 7 feet tall on average, and a hippo is 5 feet tall on average. So here's the thing: if you had $100 and you had to put it on one or the other in a fight, who would you put it on?
They're both nasty. They're both way more nasty than you
by
think.
far. I think hippo would be the one. that's the consensus, and I've heard that hippos are the meat, and they could win a fight with just about anybody or anything.
Don't mess.
All right,
Don't
question
mess.
number 2. Here we go. What is the highest score one can achieve on the ACT college admissions exam? Is it 36 or is it 40?
Well, unless they change it, it's 36.
Thinking 36?
I would say 36.
36.
So if you ever have anybody come up to you at a party and say, yeah, I got a 40 on the, they're like, 36 is the correct answer. I love it when people
when I was in a
do that.
so I don't
They're like, clearly. All right, question number 3. Are we ready?
Here we go.
The hard-hitting crime drama series The Wire was set in which U.S. city? And now, as they always are, is it Baltimore?
Yes.
Or is it Chicago?
There's
Once
enough
again, the hard-hitting crime drama series The Wire was set in which U.S. city? Baltimore or Chicago?
Are you feeling Baltimore too? Because I don't think it's Chicago. Chicago's got a lot of shows, but I don't think it's The Wire.
It's Baltimore.
It's Baltimore. Go with Baltimore.
It is Baltimore, yeah.
Yeah, there's
very
Chicago
good.
Fire and Chicago PD and Chicago this and Chicago that, but The Wire. All right.
All righty. 3 out of 3. In the 1994 movie Dumb and Dumber, one of my favorite movies of all time, who played Harry Dunn?
Harry Dunn?
Yep. Once again, the 94 movie Dumb and Dumber. Who played Harry Dunn?
Jim.
No help on
Well,
this one.
But I don't know.
Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels were Dumb and Dumber, right?
Yep.
So
Which one
wasn't
was
Jeff Daniels
dumb?
the hairy
Which
guy?
one was dumber?
I don't know.
I don't know.
For some
Was
reason I
he?
want to say I want to say the Jeff Daniels character was hairy, but I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Jeff
Any
Daniels was very hairy. And Lloyd Christmas was Jim Carrey.
Lloyd Christmas. That's
You
Jim
guys
Carrey.
are 4.
All right. All right.
You guys are 4
All right.
and wow. I'm gonna have to make these tougher.
Gonna be a
All
good
right, I'm
weekend.
kidding. All right. So here's something for you theater people. All right. Name this theatrical gesture that was originally intended to help dancers be seen on dimly lit.
Say that again.
I think he froze.
Dimly lit. This the gesture that was dimly lit.
A theatrical gesture. Now we locked up Tom. Tom got locked up on us now. Quick, somebody Google search this one while he's away.
What gesture?
I don't know the names of all the stuff. I just do choreography. Greg, step
Okay.
left, Greg, step right, lift your hands. And I don't know what they're called. I just do the things.
Okay, so I don't know what I missed. Is all hear the question?
Something
Should I
about a
read it again?
theatrical gesture. Yeah,
All right,
read
let me read it
Yes.
again. Name this theatrical gesture which was originally intended to help dancers be seen on dimly lit stages, not just for show.
Dancers on dimly lit.
A dancer.
Yeah.
Gesture.
But a gesture.
I don't know.
Gesture. Yeah.
We need our choreographer friends to help us out. Where
A gesture. I mean, a slap. Yeah, but that's not a gesture though.
I can phone a friend. I'm working with Brooke and Colleen now for the Wizard of Oz at Starlight Theater. They might know the name of this, but I'd have no clue.
Well, that's.
Well, did you submit an answer here?
I can't even think of the fleur de lis. I don't know. What do you call it? I have no clue. No guess.
Fingers?
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands?
Jazz hands.
Jazz hand.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh man.
When in doubt, always say jazz hands. Always.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's okay. You got a chance to go in 6 and 1.
4 to 5.
All right. Question number 6. The planets in our solar system which have rings are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. Yes, I said Uranus. And is it Venus or Neptune?
It's not Venus, right? It's got to be Neptune.
Neptune.
I don't think Venus.
All right,
has
Neptune
rings.
is the consensus. Neptune's correct. So here's the thing. When you say the word Uranus, people are like, it's Uranus. Okay, so we're either seeing Uranus or Uranus. Either way, it's bad. So I'm settling on Uranus. All right. Who cares? All right, number 7 is a Greg, you probably will know this. It's a local question. It has to do with the peaches. By the way, my aunt was a peach, Margaret Jerkensmeyer, back in the day, for the last couple of years. All right, the Rockford Peaches won how many championships in their 12 years in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League? Was it 2 or was it 4?
I'd say 4, but
It definitely wasn't 2.
I'd say 4.
I would have guessed 3 or 4. So if the options are 2 or 4, I'm going with 4.
Well, you got it. You got it. That is,
Yes,
you went
yes,
6
yes.
and 1. I am so sorry about the whole jazz hands thing. I thought theatrical, but I don't know, maybe that's just one of the things that it was started as, and nobody ever gave it a second thought.
I never heard that explanation before, but now that makes total sense.
No.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well, when you think
well, Dr. Hill, I really
Napoleon
appreciate
Dynamite,
you today and sharing your story about Think Big, and we hope your events go really well, and we'll keep promoting them on our Facebook page as well. So we'll keep in touch, and hope to have you back on again. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had a good time.
Awesome. Thank you so
Good.
much. Have a good weekend.
we appreciate it.
Thanks, you
having
too.
All right, let's shift gears and see if this looks okay. This might not look okay with a 2 guest thing, but we'll see if it works out fine. Yeah.
Do you want us to get closer?
If you don't mind being a little bit closer, I want you on the big side of the screen there to talk all things Pec Playhouse Theater. Laurie and Brian. Now, Brian, I understand you're the vice president
Yes.
of the organization, and Laurie is treasurer. How long have you been part of Pec Playhouse Theater?
So do you want to take that one first?
Well, I go back to about 2001 or 2.
Okay.
With my daughters.
Your daughters
started with that. I've been on the board since 23.
Okay. And Laurie?
And my kids got involved in 2005 and in A Christmas Story, and my son played Flick, the boy who gets his tongue stuck. And then they asked me to play the mother. So I played the mother and got to break the leg lamp, and it's still one of my favorite memories. So my kids were very involved, just like Brian's, and that's what got us involved.
So back a little bit further back, are you both from Pecatonica, or where did you all grow up? Where Laurie?
Well, I'm from Pecatonica. And my family still lives here.
I'm from North Park.
So you moved from North Park to Pecatonica?
Oh my goodness, North Park. Greg, hold on. Let me take this one. McChesney
There you
Park.
go.
Yep. It used to be North Park back in the day. Back in the early to mid 60s. I think McChesney became McChesney in like 72, maybe 73, 74.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Okay. So you moved from North Park to Pecatonica, and
well, actually, I live in Winnebago now. Yeah.
All right.
A lot of people that are involved with Pec Playhouse are not from Pecatonica. We have a lot of volunteers and patrons, and from all over northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin.
Well, it's been a special place for a long, long time, and of course, we all saw the pictures and stuff from the roof collapse here a few years ago, and was really saddened to see something that had been going there for so long seemingly coming to an end. But there's a group of you that said, no, this is not going to be the end. We're going to keep going. Tell us, I guess, a little bit about, do you want to talk a little bit about history of Pec Playhouse before we get into the roof collapse and what's the future is going to be like?
Yeah,
You want me to take it?
Sure.
Okay. So the Playhouse actually was started by a local group of high school students and their parents, and it's been going on now for 34 straight years. So even with the roof collapse in 2021, we've continued to produce live theater in schools and churches ever since. And we'll talk, also about our upcoming season. We've got a very active season coming up, and we'll share that with you as well. But we have continued to produce live theater in this entire time.
Well, we actually have one of the original founders, Arnie Ames. It was his daughter was part of that group, and he is still a very active member of our group as well.
Yep.
I know you had sent me some stuff to show on the screen, and I'm trying to get some of that stuff up here now. The theater. Let's see if it'll let me share the screen here. There we go. raising a new roof. I think this is from the Northwest Quarterly magazine article.
Yep, they just put that out in January and did a very nice review of kind of our background. And then we launched our capital campaign in December of 2024, and the theme is Miracle on 3rd Street, and the whole theme is Christmas oriented. So about 15 months ago, we launched that campaign, and we're very close to being able to break ground on our new theater.
So is this 3rd Street intersect with Main Street, or is it off the path there a little bit?
It's just a block. It's about a block away from our old theater on Main Street. Okay. And that's the Bennett building that we purchased in May of 2024 and the adjacent property. And we're working with our local construction company, DPI Construction. And that's where that former industrial building will be turned into our new theater. Brian has been very involved with the design of the new theater. You want to talk about the addition? And
yeah, the building that you see is about 4,000 square feet. The width of that is about 30 feet. One of the drawbacks to that is it's very, very narrow in terms of what we had with stage and wing space at the old theater. So we purchased the property to the south. There's a house, and then there's quite a bit of land back behind the house. And with the idea that we would put an addition on, not the length of that lot, but about 2/3 of it back behind the house. And that will allow us then to have a much more reasonable size of a stage and an auditorium.
For those who never were in the original Pec Playhouse Theater, maybe give a sense of just how big, or should I say how small, that theater actually was.
Yeah. Well, the footprint was about 4,400 square feet. And then there was some second floor space that I think it got us up to maybe around 6,000 square feet, probably total. And the theater itself seated 126 people. And I mean, it was basically just an empty building. I mean, we created a stage, we created, risers to put the seating on. I mean, it was not a theater to begin with, but so the projected theater would be around 6,000 square feet. So it'd about match what we had footage wise, but it'll be much more efficient and laid out than the old building.
And it's kind of wild to think that you guys, retrofitted that old building into a theater and made it what it was. And it made for an intimate setting, but it didn't feel too crowded. It was fairly comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably one of the biggest challenges of the old theater were the restroom facilities. And so the new theater will be completely handicapped accessible as far as handicapped accessible seating in the auditorium, and then handicapped accessible restrooms and ramps to get in the building. So that will help a lot of our patrons who have those challenges.
You may have already said it, but how many seats will be in the new building?
We're looking at probably about 114. It'll be just a little smaller than the old theater. Yeah, but I mean, it's just the layout of the building and so forth. That's about the most we can do. And we didn't always necessarily run sellouts all the time. So we think that we can accommodate pretty much the same amount of people that we did before, with just a few less seats.
Yeah, you're only talking what 10, 15 seats less, fewer,
right?
10 seats
Right.
fewer or something like that. That's negligible.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm going to put a link here in the chat so people can go right to your website, pecplayhouse.org, and you can get a little history lesson here, formed back in 1991 by a group of Pecatonica High School students and recent graduates who wanted to continue performing after high school. And looks like started in the American Legion Hall. You've done a lot of different locations. You've definitely performed. Have you counted up the number of locations Pec Playhouse Theater's performed in over the years?
Well, I'm gonna say in the last couple of years, we've been in 4 different places.
Yeah.
When we count all the churches, we've been fortunate that the local churches have allowed us to use their facilities. So,
yeah.
So our capital campaign, when it launched in December of 2024, so far we have raised almost $1.8 million, which is actually a little higher than our original goal. But since we started the capital campaign 2 years ago, of course, costs have risen. So we still need to raise probably another $100,000 to $200,000, and people can donate right on our website. One of the areas that we'd really love to see more donations is we have 40 seat sponsorships left, and a seat sponsorship is $1,000, or you can co-chair for $500 a piece, or you can do what I call the best friends special, where you get 3 other people to join you at $250, and then you can have your name on the seat. Your name will be on the seating chart, and there's still naming opportunities available. If someone would like to name the theater, that's still available. But we are hoping that people will continue to donate to the capital campaign as we get ready to break ground. We've had some wonderful contributions from local donors, and then John Sweeney and Aaron Booker with Winnebago County, they managed a $150,000 Winnebago County host fee grant. So that was very helpful to the theater. We received grants from the Baxter Foundation, from the Shellstrom Foundation, and people have just been really excited and generous. We just need probably, to get us past that last final push, if people would continue to donate.
Nice. And there's always unexpected expenses whenever you put a building plan together. So a little bit of overage would be really nice to be able to handle all that stuff. And getting all the equipment that it takes to put on a show. Is that stuff that's probably stuff you still have to purchase, or is that stuff that you were able to salvage, like sound equipment and microphones and backdrops and things like that from the old theater?
Well, we do have a lot of those. We've gotten some gifts to go in that area with the lighting and the sound, and when we say we need some more funds, I mean, we probably are at a bare minimum on a theater. And of course, we've got old curtains that we really need to replace. We've got, we're going to get all new seating. So some of this last money is going to be able to, we're going to be able to enhance some of the, like the bathrooms, enlarge them maybe more than just a minimum. And so certainly sound lighting. I mean, it's amazing how much you can spend on those. And of course, keep in mind, in the old theater, we had people climbing ladders and fixing lights. And, so if there's a way we can be a little more modern, maybe some remote adjustments, that kind of thing, it would save time, but also safety. So absolutely. And that's where you can just really spend the money. But we're going to be prudent with that. Obviously, we're going to enhance what we have and use the money that we've been given wisely.
It sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like your goal is to try to get your Christmas show this year in the new theater. Is that still a feasible goal? Is that what you're hoping for?
No, that was our original goal,
Yeah.
but we had to go back out to bid again because the original bids came in so high. So we had to scale the project, and now we're waiting for those second round of bids to come in. So we're hoping to break ground now this summer because we've got to wait for those bids to come in. So maybe first quarter 2027.
Yeah, I think that'd be realistic.
Mhm.
We certainly will. You will see some activity before that because, obviously there's some things we can do as far as the construction, but a completed project, I would say more like next spring.
Yeah, it's always a tough thing to estimate. Of course, a lot of the work is interior work more than exterior work. Is that mostly true? Be done. There's a lot of exterior work too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So, how much of that depends on the weather cooperating and stuff like that? You never can tell. So, but the best Christmas pageant ever is still going to happen this fall, winter.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Yeah, we still have shows this year. That's correct.
So our 2026 season kicks off on May 8th, and that show is called Slow Food. Very funny comedy. Basically, a couple's they travel to go out for their anniversary, and the plane is delayed. The perfect restaurant is now closed, and they're stuck at the only open restaurant in town with a very annoying waiter. It's very funny. That goes up May 8th through the 17th. And then we are in collaboration with Veterans Memorial Hall to do dinner with the founders on June 27th. And so at Veterans Memorial Hall, I don't know if you've ever been there, but they have a really cool performance space upstairs. And so we will be featuring Dr. T as Thomas Jefferson, and Brian is going to be Benjamin Franklin. And Paul Ogley will be a part of it as well. So it's dinner with the founders, and includes patriotic songs and some information about the Declaration of Independence. So that's coming up. Those tickets are available through Veterans Memorial. Then in September, we have Leaving Iowa, which is a funny family comedy that is about a family on a road trip. And think about every road trip you ever had with your children in the back seat. It's very.
Are we
funny.
there yet?
Wasn't this one? Tim Clue wrote this. He's from Rochelle.
Cool.
Yes. Tim Clue.
And then I like to produce murder mystery dinners, and I've done several here at Pec Playhouse. So our murder mystery dinner is a fundraiser on October 3rd. It's Rum, Revenge, and Murder. It's a pirate theme. So come dressed as a pirate. And that's always fun. They're always sold out. So get your tickets early. And we always have a great time. People really get into solving the mystery and having a good time with that. And then, as you mentioned, we're wrapping up with the best Christmas pageant ever, which is December 4th through the 13th. And that features quite a few children. So it's a very funny show.
Very funny show. I played the priest.
Oh yeah,
Christmas pageant ever a few years ago.
I did too. We did it many years ago. Yeah.
I teared up at the end of every show. That last scene every night. I couldn't help. I wasn't acting. I was really crying. Wow, this is great. I love this. No spoiler alerts, but you got to go see the show. It's just really great. So a season there and stuff all up on pecplayhouse.org. Check out all the information on the web page there. I did, before I give you a chance to kind of fill in any blanks, I did ask AI for some questions to ask you today to see how we did as a interviewer. And obviously, it's a major turning point for the Pecatonica community. Rebuilding from a total loss like the 2021 collapse is a big, heavy lift for any town, let alone a small town like Pecatonica. So some strategic questions to ask Pec Playhouse Theater. After the roof collapsed, the theater was forced into borrowing spaces for years now. Now the construction is starting. I mean, how does it feel from transitioning to just surviving to actually building a permanent place that will anchor downtown Pecatonica hopefully for decades?
Well, I think Brian and I are very excited about the buildings. We want to get started.
Yeah.
I retired about 18 months ago, and with the idea that my post-retirement project would be this capital campaign. And it has been more than a full-time job. And so I'm just ready to see that to fruition, to breaking ground and getting our building started. So I think once we get to that point, then it's going to go fast, because DPI, they're, and Dave Zimmerman, they're excellent at what they do. And I think it's going to go fast.
It's just getting started. Breaking ground and seeing the progress actually being made, that changes a lot of people's attitudes as right away. It's like, oh, this is really happening. This isn't just a thought in someone's head. So that will be a big plus. It also wanted to ask about basically pushing for that final 5% or so of the capital campaign, because you're roughly somewhere around 95% of what you're aiming for, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
So specific finishing touches, technology upgrades, anything these funds will provide to ensure the new theater offers a true upgrade for local patrons and actors. We kind of touched on that already, so I think we covered that base pretty well in the conversation. Unless there's anything else you wanted to add to that.
No, I guess.
Well, I think one thing I'm excited about is Brian talked about the new seating, and the old theater had some nice seats that we had gotten, I think, from a local hospital. And so we'll have brand new seating that will be modern seating, 22 inches wide, so comfortable. And we've talked as a group that we want to make sure that patron experience is the best that we possibly can provide. So with great seating and comfortable, restrooms, and we have a concession stand. We have a couple that is sponsoring the concession stand, and they want to be anonymous, so they're going to put a picture of their dogs. So it's going to be a picture of their dogs instead of their picture by the concession stand. And when you look at that building, it was built as a car dealership in the 40s. And right now it just has one window left, but it had beautiful arc of windows. We're restoring those windows. And the Cimino family here in Pecatonica, of course, they're throughout Northern Illinois, they're sponsoring those lobby window restorations. And that's going to be really beautiful when that's done. And then we had one of our first donors, the Meyer-Dwyer family here in Pecatonica, sponsoring the stage, $150,000 donation. And so we've just had some incredible momentum as we've raised the money to rebuild Pec Playhouse Theater. It's a family space, and we got involved because of our families.
Yes.
And we want to see that family experience brought back again in Pecatonica, where people can experience that whole family experience. We have, like the Wiegert family, we have sometimes multiple generations on stage from the same family.
Yeah, one of the issues we have right now with the churches, we have a limited space, and so our shows have to be smaller casts, and so we're hoping with the stage we'll be able to bring larger casts, more people, more children, that kind of a thing into it. And I think it's vital for our organization.
Well, if anyone wants to help, there is a donation page on pecplayhouse.org, and any amount would help, right? It's not about the big gifts only. It's about everybody pitching in a little bit to help make this possible. Yes. So if you can donate something one time, if you can commit to something for the next year, anything would be helpful.
And you can spread your donations out. Let's say you wanted to buy a chair for $1,000. You can spread that out over 5 years. So you don't have to come up with all at once. You can make a pledge and spread that out over 5 years if you'd like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, all right. Well, I've also asked the AI to give me some funny or odd questions to ask you guys. So let's see how what good job they did on that. Every historic theater is rumored to have a resident ghost. So given that the roof collapse was the ultimate curtain call for the old building, do you think any of the old theater spirits are currently looking for a floor plan of the new space, or did they decide to retire to a quieter library instead?
That is a funny question.
Yeah. Did we have a ghost?
Trying to think of a funny answer.
Did you have any of those spirits in the old theater that people would talk about now and again?
No, but we would welcome it.
Yeah.
It only adds to the lore of your. We welcome it. So put the invite out.
Maybe they could donate.
There you go. There you go.
And remember, all donations are tax deductible too, because we are not for profit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You hear that about like the Maddox Theater at Rockford University and stuff like that. The old spirits there and stuff. But yeah, I never really heard of one about the Pec Theater. So we got a new space to haunt.
We'll create one. And we'll come back to you with that.
And this one I think might be a good spot to end here. The rebuilding a theater is a massive logistical puzzle. So during the cleanup and the move, what is the strangest or most Pecatonica prop that you discovered that you absolutely refuse to get rid of, even if it has no business being in a 2026 production? Was there something from the old building that just had to be salvaged that you were like, we don't know where this is going to be used, but you know what? We have to save this because it's Pec. It's a Pec thing.
Yeah.
So the from Steel Magnolias, the old hairdryer.
Yeah, where you sit and then you drop the down over their head. We've got that.
Yep.
That just had to come along. Did that get used back in Pecatonica back in the day, as far as you know? I don't know.
Oh yeah, for Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've actually had some people ask if they could borrow it too.
Right.
I guess those things aren't just sitting around anymore. Apparently.
No. So. If you got one, we need it. Hairspray is coming up, or whatever the show is going to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would work.
Well, is there anything that we did not ask you about today that you wanted to make sure we talked about before we let you go about your weekend?
No, just get your tickets to Slow Food. Again, it goes up May 8th through the 17th. Very funny. And you can just go to our website and get tickets. And it would be a great Mother's Day present. Take your mother on Mother's Day.
Yeah, the one thing I would say is that live theater, especially community theater, if you've never been part of it, you might not get it. If you've been there, you understand how it really affects a lot of people's lives, and it provides them an outlet. And so I think it's so important to keep theater alive as best as we can, and especially at this level. Yeah. So anyway, we hope that anyone out there that can help us would be willing to do that.
Shout out to Sabrina, who's playing the woman in Slow Food. I know she's a great actress, and I don't know Curtis or Sean or Carl very well, but I'm sure they're doing wonderful as well. So Slow Food coming up here, and May 8th through the 17th. And if you get a chance to see Leaving Iowa in September, go check that out too. It's a funny show. It's a very funny show, written by a local guy, at least co-written by a local guy, from Rochelle. So, all right. Well, I really appreciate you spending time with us today. We wish you all the best in getting your capital all raised, and we'll definitely keep tabs and be sharing your stuff on Facebook. All right.
I think they accidentally opted out.
I think we locked them out. So we'll transition. Here we go. All right. Our big number of the week contest, race to 10, currently has me in the lead by a score of 7-4. And our big number of the week this week, 1,008,597.
You think so? I think so too. Snoopy says it's rigged. So
okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I think I really believe that.
I got to double check and see which answer that you chose.
I'm starting my comeback today. I can feel it.
Okay, so you were there. I got to change the score before I move along here. So, our answers for today, crypto has become a big deal, and there's been a lot of investment scams, ripoffs, if you will, in crypto. It's become the most costly form of fraud. According to the FBI's report from last year, the agency, guess how many ripoff complaints they had in 2025 based on crypto?
Oh, I'm hoping 1,800,000
1,008,597 is
Yeah.
absolutely correct. Yes, you got that one right.
See, now if I would have changed it, I'd have been in trouble.
The
I'd have
agency
been
got
so
over
mad at myself.
a million complaints last year just on crypto. The year before, 859,000 complaints on crypto scammers. The total amount stolen by scammers in crypto investment scams has surpassed $20 billion.
Unbelievable. Now you want to talk about a reason not to get involved in crypto? I don't want anything to do with it. I just don't. Yeah, fine. I'd love to make money off it, but I don't trust it. I'm sorry. Did you ever see the roast of Tom Brady? Nikki Glaser.
Yes.
Oh my God, is she funny? Hey, Tom Brady, how in the world did you lose $20 million? Even Gronk says, oh, that don't sound good. I mean, oh my God.
It's an extremely dirty roast, but if you can tolerate that, it's so funny. It's very, very.
I haven't actually seen it. All I've seen was that part of it, because it played over and over on YouTube, and it was hilarious.
They even wrote,
that don't sound right, or something.
Coach Belichick gets roasted, and then he gets up there and he roasts a bunch of people too. He was involved and he presented. It was amazing. So anyway, yeah, you get the point on this one. Life is about a journey, not the destination. This was definitely true for two friends who drove a 3-wheeled Reliant Robin car, which they ironically named Sheila. We had Sheila on the show today, but she was definitely not a car. Sheila, the Reliant Robin car, drove 14,000 miles from London to South Africa. They were attempting to break the Guinness World Record, and their car survived breakdowns, mountain ranges, deserts, attempted coups, and even airstrikes. So if you think your commute is bad, consider what these guys did. I needed to get more information on this one. I should have got more information on.
Well, I have a question without looking at a map here. I don't have a map in front of me. Are the two connected by land? I would have thought something like maybe the Suez Canal, maybe.
Oliver and Seth drove a 1970s style Reliant Robin car they named Sheila, approximately 14,000 miles, 22,500 kilometers from London to Cape Town, South Africa. They got there March 2026.
Okay.
3-wheel. They called the trip 14,000 miles, 3 wheels, and 0 common sense.
There you go.
They crossed 22 countries, which claims the record for the longest trip in a 3-wheeled vehicle.
Probably the only trip in a 3-wheeled vehicle.
They had a broken wheel spring, a failed gearbox in Ghana. They blew their engine in Cameroon and had to get significant roadside repairs and parts shipped from the UK. So they had to put their trip on hold, apparently, when they broke down because they didn't have the parts that they needed. They did get a military escort while traveling through the country of Cameroon, and they almost collided with a bus in the Congo. Constant brake failures. They had bad brakes apparently on these old Reliant 3-wheeled vehicles.
The car wasn't so reliant after all.
Scary. 4.5 months. 4.5 months.
Okay, so to my question then, I know if you go through England, you're going to go through, just to get to France. I mean, they probably took the channel to get to France. Okay, now you're in Europe. Well, you're already in Europe. But I mean, you're in France, and now you're on, but you still have to get from France and I don't know what's near France, Liechtenstein, and all of those other little countries. How is that linked to Africa without water? Did they take a ferry across or what?
Let's see what we got. So, all right. So they started in London. Here we go. I got the route.
Okay.
October 24th of 2025. They took a ferry from Dover to France. They drove through Spain and then crossed by ferry to Morocco.
Okay, there you go.
They took a ferry both times.
Okay.
From Morocco, they went through the Sahara Desert in Mauritania.
Oh no.
Through Mauritania. Mauritania.
Yeah,
Like
I've heard it before. I think you might be right on that. Mauritania.
They went through Senegal, Guinea, the Ivory Coast, Ghana, Benin, and Togo. Skirted through northern Nigeria, went through Cameroon, where they received a military escort for 300 miles.
Cameroon's probably pretty dangerous, huh?
Sounds like it was the scariest part of the trip. They went through the Republic of Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, before getting to Namibia. The engine began to overheat badly, but they finally reached their destination of Cape Town, South Africa in March of 2026. So, wow.
How'd they get back?
I'm sure I wonder if they just left the car there to be on display. Look at what these guys brought from London.
Yeah. Buy a new car, drive back.
Unreal. A silver, notoriously unreliable Reliant Robin that underwent numerous repairs during the trip. Broken wheel springs.
I remember the Reliant K cars. They were
Yes.
Chrysler products. How did it end up with three wheels? Did one fall off and they just?
No, this was a designed 3-wheel car.
Okay.
The Reliant Robin. Let's see if it'll. Reliant Robin picture. Let's see if it'll give me a picture of the car to show off. Oh my gosh. Yes. We've seen these before, Tom.
Well, I've seen trikes, the 3-wheeled cars. They're called trikes or whatever. Back in the day, my dad and I met this guy. He called it the Tricon Trike. Oh God, that's a weird looking car.
Isn't that beautiful?
It looks like
Look at how small
silver
the tires are.
hot dog Wienermobile.
The tires on this thing are not much bigger than your go-kart tires.
Yeah.
Ollie Jenkins and his buddy Seth Scott drove all the way from London to Cape Town in that car. I can see where they said, not much common sense. It's kind of crazy. You won't be hearing me to ask you to do anything like that, Tom, but I will ask you to do something that's kind of crazy. The 5th version of the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest.
All right, sign me up.
We're going to be able to announce details on that coming soon, but mark your calendar, save the date, October 1st at Tabala Event Center.
And we're expanding to 4 rounds of trivia with 12 questions each, right?
No. Only if we can keep people in the room for more than 4 hours. Which we're not going to do.
We got the formula. We're staying with it.
2 hours, right. 2 to 2.5 hours is the event. Yeah, we try to keep it under 2.5 hours. Well, this time an $8,000 grand prize, thanks to Medicare 411.
Yeah. Well, when you do my trivia, when you're there on Wednesday nights, you're there for 2 hours, and I'm guessing at about 9 o'clock you're going like, okay, I'm ready to go, and then we're announcing the winners, and by 9:05, 9:07, you guys are usually walking out the door. I should probably shorten that by 15 minutes. My goal should be 8:45 done, but it just works out to be 9 o'clock, and everybody there understands, and nobody complains, and nobody leaves early. I think everybody understands. If you go to a movie, you're there for 2 hours and 15 minutes minimum, unless it's a Disney movie and it's about 38, an hour and 38 minutes, and whatever.
Now when you go to a movie, they give you 30 to 35 minutes of previews before the movie even
geez.
starts.
Yeah, exactly. That
That's
just
standard.
drives me nuts. Yeah.
That's
But anyway, it's it's all good. It's all good.
all right. We took care of all the business today, buddy. Anything else? As far as shout outs, one real quick, Rockford Robotics again for hosting our In-Crowd 815 networking group this month. Thanks to Jeff and Kathy and their team, their son John and Hunter and all the guys there. The star of the show ended up being Gabe, one of the students. Thanks for having Gabe come out and give tours and talk about your team. Rockford Robotics does have a competition still this year in July 25th at Rock Valley College. So if you get a chance, I think he said somewhere between like 20 and 30 teams go to this competition in July, the off-season competition. So July 25th is a Saturday. You might want to go out there and check that out. And then a real quick congratulations shout out to Judy and also to Caitlin for closing on their new homes this week. Congratulations and thanks for working with Gregory Saunders, realtor down there. The picture it's down there. GregSaunders.com. There we go. There's my plug.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. And if you want to look really cool and you want to support what we're doing here at InCrowd 815, you know what you want to do. You want to go to InCrowd815.com and you want to click on the merch tab. You want to click on the merch tab. One more shameless plug today, Tom. One more. Right there. InCrowd815.com. And if you were at the event, you saw some people get some really cool hats. And guess what? They are on the merch site now. So when I click the merch site and go here, and you see these t-shirts and hoodies and polos and the quarter zips. How about the 5-panel twill cap in blue? Yeah. Like those. Or the 5-panel trucker cap in blue. Or if you wanted to go ahead and get it in black, or maybe go ahead and get it in navy, whatever your favorite color is there. I think the white ones are pretty awesome too.
My favorite color is clear.
Your favorite color? I don't see that.
Oh.
Here's the one that we have a few more left to sell, actually already pre-made and done. If you want to get one of these, the special stretchy trucker hat. That's the
one size fits all.
This one you can get in small, medium, medium large, or large, extra large, which I've been wearing the medium large, which is a little bit tight, but the large, extra large was too loose on my head.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You got a big head, just not that big.
I got a big head, but not quite that big. So anyway, InCrowd 815.
All right. Well, now yeah. I'm sorry. Now it's time for my shameless plug and shout out.
There you go.
We did 90s trivia the other day up at Louis in Roscoe, Tom's Trivia. And some of the questions I thought were pretty good. And you and I were talking about it before the the show prep, pregame warm up.
Great event.
Yeah,
really enjoyed it.
We had 81 people and 13 teams, and it's not necessarily open for the public. It's basically for trivia events that I host throughout the year. My own friends, it's by invite only. But having said that, you are more than welcome to show up at trivia. I do it 3 nights a week at Rockton and Riverside. It's called Scanlan's Bar and Grill. And then Tuesday nights at Sam's Ristorante on Mulford and Riverside. And then Wednesday nights, where Greg normally plays, is Louis in Roscoe on Elevator Road. So, and then of course my boss, Rock Billy. What's that?
Well, with the upgrades that they made at Sam's on Riverside, I bet they're starting to get a decent crowd in there for your trivia events.
We had 7 teams last week. No, 8 teams. We had 8 teams last week. The week before 7, we had 9 a couple of weeks ago. And they built this little, what is it, an atrium? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, it kind of looks like an
It's a
atrium.
little, it's a patio, but it's a 4-season because they've got the garage, the windows that roll up and then come back down.
Yeah.
So and they got heat in there and air conditioning in there, so it's comfy all year round. And we've been through an entire summer and an entire winter, and now we're heading into the summer again. So
How many
it's a lot
teams
of
do you
fun.
think you could fit in there?
We could fit legitimately 10 teams in there comfortably, but we do a spillover into the dining part, not the big back dining room, but into that lobby part where there's like 4 or 5 booths and some tables. So we can legitimately accommodate 15 teams.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So there's
it's,
room for growth there, friends.
oh, absolutely. And it's a lot of fun. Now I work for a guy. I work for Rock Valley Pub Trivia, but I do some of the stuff on my own as well. My event was the one on Sunday at Louis. So but we had a good turnout and we had a lot of fun. And did you get a prize? Did you guys win a prize at all?
No. We had a decent we felt we did pretty good on the quiz, but no, we didn't score enough to get into the top 3. We did win some door prizes though. We did win. What did we win? Kelly won that welcome sign with the football on top. So she took that home. Yeah, there's some cool stuff there. All right. We lost Tom and now he's coming back and there he's back. There we go.
There I am. There I are. You left me. I think I'm the one that cut out this time. You said we did win and we're trying to figure out the door prize.
Yeah, Kelly won the sign, the welcome sign with the football on it.
Oh, yeah.
And Noah won that game, which was, I think, Gen X versus the World trivia game.
Yeah.
Which we played that night, and we had a fun time playing it, just the 3 of us.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yes.
Good. I had some really good prizes. I was going through all my stuff from previous trivia outings, and I found some good prizes that I didn't give away last time. And the one prize that I had, it's right here. It's a tent. I bought it. It's a $45 tent. I bought it for $20. And I thought, oh my God, it'll be my signature prize. And I forgot to bring it.
You forgot to bring it.
So I'm saving it. I'm saving it for next time. Next time we do it will be movie trivia.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a chance and do sports trivia.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah. Might have a smaller gathering, but that's okay. It won't be much, it won't be as much work put into it. I put a lot of work into it. I said to you, you remember what I said as you guys were coming in?
Yeah.
I said, now I know what you and Christy go through when you guys are doing the karaoke in crowd, when we're doing the in crowd karaoke contest. My part of that is simple. I come up with questions, and I read them, and I'm done. And I try and help you a little bit if I can, but you put an amazing amount of work into the in crowd trivia karaoke contest. And wow. I bow to you. So I also have to have
a great team. You're a part of a great team. So
yes, and I'm proud to be. I have to give a shout out to Christy. She very selflessly helped me out with the 50-50. A lot of times I'll always find somebody to do it. And I chose Christy because I know Christy and I know that she's really good with that kind of stuff. And I don't want to feel like I'm picking on somebody like, oh, he's target, she won't say no. But it was so awesome. We raised $165 or 164 for Noah's Ark. So
nice.
Yeah, that was
Nicely
really
done.
awesome. So I wanted to give a shout out to Christy. I have something for her. You guys weren't there on Wednesday. That's why I mentioned it earlier. I have something for her, a small little gift. It's no big deal.
And Louis had a packed out room, and it was a win-win-win. It was a great afternoon.
It really was.
Went very well.
Truly was. It was just a lot of fun. So
all right. Well, next week we are going to catch up with the founder of ALTRUIZE. We haven't had ALTRUIZE on for a while, but for those who remember,
a couple of years.
It's been a little bit. And Nicole Sdao from Freeport developed and founded this app that helps people track their volunteer hours and helps organizations track volunteer hours called ALTRUIZE. It's gone through a lot of morphs and reboots, if you will, over the years as she's refined it into what organizations say that they want and need. And we're going to catch up with her to see how that's been going next week. We're also going to chat with the community engagement manager for Habitat for Humanity. They've got some projects this summer that you might want to plug into and help out with their building of homes here in the area. And then we're also hoping to catch up with folks from Fresh Prince of Loves Park because they're our next host for the In Crowd 815 free networking group event the last Thursday of May. And I know right now, anyway, the plan the last Thursday of May is not only to be at Fresh Prince of Loves Park, but also to have some special offers on In Crowd 815 gear that day, whether it's t-shirts or hats. We're going to figure out exactly what special deal we're going to be offering for that meeting. So
cool.
Plan now to join us at least even for half an hour on the last Thursday of May.
All right, so you and I are going to hang out for a couple of minutes afterwards. Do we want to talk a little Packer now or a little Packer then?
Well, let's take like 4 or 5 minutes to chat Packers real quick right now because it's been interesting. They did their draft.
Mm-hmm.
They got their players that they wanted. Everything's for the most part, people are pretty excited about what they did.
Here's what's so cool about it. The draft grade. Some people are saying A+. Some people are saying A-. Most people are saying A. I'm good with that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You went without a first rounder. Your 52nd pick, Brandon Cisse. This guy's a stud from South Carolina, 6'1", 187 pounds, and he is a menace. He is a stud, and he is going to not be a starter first day probably because you've already got a very good there with Evan Williams, Xavier McKinney. You've got Javon Bullard, who can play cornerback and safety. You've got Keyshawn Nixon, who I love. A lot of people don't like him. You have Carrington Valentine, and you've got a couple of other guys that are not as well known. But now you're adding Brandon Cisse to the mix, and then there's somebody else they drafted, I think, maybe 5th round or something, that are going to help. Okay, so the secondary is in good shape. Bo Melton goes back to receiver. All right, so your second pick, Chris McClellan. He's your second day pick, 3rd round pick. The second pick for you. This guy is another stud. I know that some people aren't as high on him because he's only about 256 pounds. And I think I want to say he's like 6'3", something close to that. He's not exactly the prototype defensive lineman, but if they put him on the edge, with Micah Parsons on the other side, you know what? You could have a really good line because we also got Mike Hargrove from, I don't remember where he came from, the Giants maybe or somewhere.
Well, and then their 4th round pick.
Javon, not Mike. Javon Hargrove.
Yeah, but their 4th round pick is an edge rusher too, and that's the Penn State guy, Danny Dennis Sutton.
Oh, yes.
It's pretty exciting right there.
Is he a linebacker or is he an edge rusher? He's going to be one of those.
Edge.
Okay, edge. All right, that's fine. But that means you're a kind of a hybrid. The way they've been doing things, you're kind of a hybrid. You can play the linebacker. You're playing the edge. So you can cover stuff outside, which is what a linebacker would do. The good thing about him is, first of all, he's tenacious. He's a great player. And he should not have gone as late as he did. It was a steal getting him in the 4th round. You're right. But he can play the edge, he can rush, and then he can drop back into pass coverage and be pretty good at it. Kind of like Micah Parsons, a little bit.
He's going to have Micah Parsons to learn from. It's going to be a really good tandem.
Oh, this defense. They did exactly what they needed to do on their defense. Now we lost Romeo Dobbs. Oh, darn. We lost Devontae Wicks. I'm sorry, Dontavian Wicks. Is that right?
Dontavian Wicks. Yeah.
Dontavian Wicks. Oh, darn. No, Dontavian Wicks, I would have, of those two, I would have said keep Wicks, get rid of, but we lost them both. Romeo Dobbs, a little bit selfish. I didn't like the way he acted and reacted on a couple of plays for the last couple of seasons. I just didn't like it. So I'm kind of glad he's gone. Good luck to him wherever he went. I think he went to, I don't know where he went. Atlanta, maybe. Tennessee.
I don't remember because I know one of them went to Buffalo and.
Okay, I think Dontavian Wicks went to Buffalo. I think, but anyway. I'm not worried about those two losses. We got Bo Melton coming back, and I like Bo Melton on offense much better than I like him on defense. Basically, It was a lost year for him. They didn't hardly play him on defense, and he had like 30 targets, had maybe 20 catches on offense. So, and that's off the top of my head. I'm not 100% sure about that. I just know that he was not a very big part of the offense.
Well,
And then we've got Jaden Reed, Christian Watson. We got Tucker Kraft coming back. We got Luke Musgrave. We still have Jeff Wiley, which I'm glad about. I like him. Jeff Wiley. It's Wiley. Josh Wiley. Sorry, brains on overload today. Josh Wiley. And then we've got Josh Jacobs out of the backfield, catching passes. We're going to have passing options. So I'm not too worried about that. And then don't we have Sky Moore? Is he still a part of the picture?
Oh, gosh.
Sky Moore, we got him from Kansas City. He will be a running back.
Okay.
He'll be not a running back, a kick returner. He'll be a kick returner.
That was my that's the question. Who's going to return kicks? Is Bo Melton?
Yeah, we also have Matthew Golden, Savion Williams as well for pass catchers. So this is going to be a very dynamic team. We've got Matt LaFleur, who has listened to all of the offseason criticism. Let's hope he's learned something. And we've got a new offensive coordinator. I actually think that Jonathan Gannon is going to be better than Jeff Hafley. I think Jeff Hafley was too much involved in the play calling and making the play, trying to make the matchups and that he wasn't really paying attention to the game as well as he should have been. He wasn't paying attention to who was out of place. He wasn't paying attention when teams are exploiting our defense because the middle was left open or because a cornerback wasn't doing his job. And then all of a sudden somebody gets behind him and you've got an easy touchdown, a la the Bear game twice, So,
well, they selected only one offensive player in the draft, and that's a center/guard.
Oh, yes, and he's a stud. Jagger Burton?
Jager Burton.
Oh, yeah. Well, they call him Jagger. It looks like it might be Jager.
312 pounds.
Oh, yeah. He's an animal. He's like a Wolverine. This guy. Ooh, he's good.
Out of Kentucky, and then another cornerback, Damani Jackson was. Who did he play for? I don't see who did he play for?
I do not remember.
Alabama.
Okay.
He came out of Alabama. There we go.
Good.
And then round 6, they pick a kicker, and this guy looks like he's really, really good.
Oh, Trey Smack is phenomenal. Guy out of Florida. Yeah. He is good. They said that he is going to not just be on the roster, he's going to compete for the job. And I'm sorry, Brandon McManus. I know that they just paid him $1 million signing bonus or retention bonus or whatever they called it, and they owe him $8 million over the next couple of years. They'll eat it. They'll eat it if they have to. If Trey Smack is anything like we think he might be, he's got a dynamite leg. He had a great, I think he was like 18 of 21 for field goals, 40 or more yards. He did not miss anything up to 20 to 30 yards. I don't believe he missed any extra points. This kid is good.
Played in all 13 games. His longest was a 55-yarder. 3 out of 4 from 50+ yards.
Yep.
Good kicker. And the thing too, if Brandon McManus comes back healthy, if he's back to 100% and he's as good as he was when they first got him, they could still keep Trace Mack on a practice squad, and he could be trade bait into the season when other kickers get hurt. Or if our kicker gets hurt, we got a guy.
The problem with putting somebody on the practice squad is any other team can pluck them. Any other team can come in and say, no, we're going to take your kicker. Sorry, you can't do anything about it. Somehow you can protect them. I don't know how you do that, but you can. And I don't know if you can protect a rookie or anything like that. You can protect a guy who's been around for 4 or 5 years probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the rule on that, but normally on a practice squad, you can't just go in like 6 weeks later and grab somebody. I think you grab them in the first week. And if nobody grabs them, then they're protected. I think that's how it goes.
Well, we'll see how these guys fare in the preseason OTAs and whatnots and all that stuff. And once we get into the actual preseason.
Well, I remember when Chris Jackie was a rookie, Ryan Longwell was a rookie, Mason Crosby was a rookie, and all three of those became great Packer kickers. Mason Crosby, of course, my favorite, maybe the best kicker we've ever had. I love Mason Crosby, probably one of my favorite Packers of all time.
Yeah.
Up there with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. As much as I am annoyed by Aaron Rodgers, I love Aaron Rodgers. I do. I don't hate Aaron Rodgers. He's one of my favorites because I'm only going by stuff on the field. I don't care about his off the field. Whatever. It is what it is. You're that good. Well, who said it? I think it was either Babe Ruth or Will. Who's the actor? Old time actor. Will Rogers.
Will Rogers.
One of the two said, "It ain't bragging if you done it," and it might have been both of them that said it at different times. And that's true. It isn't bragging if you've actually done it. You just pat yourself in the back. I have no problem with that.
I heard a good talk this week, and I think it was Dan Patrick who was talking about the fact that, sometimes there's athletes like Kevin Durant, and maybe Aaron Rodgers fits into the same category, who are amazing individual talented players in team sports. And if you're not a leader of men, especially as a quarterback, if you're not a leader of men, you don't achieve that kind of greatness that someone like Tom Brady does. Tom Brady was a leader of men. He wasn't just a good, solid quarterback. He knew how to lead, and that's what made him
Michael Jordan, leader of men. Aaron Rodgers, leader of men. Brett Favre, leader of men. You could have Babe Ruth, leader of men.
Well, and that's where I think Aaron Rodgers maybe should have been a lot.
He could have been better, but I think early on he was. I think it waned after, but his legacy had already been cemented. It wasn't until probably 2020, 2019, 2018, whatever. His open feuds with Mike McCarthy. I think that's when it all started to wane. He had a good 6 or 8 year run where he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. They were even saying he was better than Brady.
Talented wise, accuracy wise, arm strength wise, he probably was overall. But
I'll give you the one on Aaron Rodgers. I'll pull his name back, but you know who is a leader of men. I mean, Andy Reid, leader of men. Patrick Mahomes, leader of men. These are guys that you follow. Patrick, why are you walking us into oncoming traffic? Just trust me.
Trust me. We got this.
They'll stop. They'll stop for me. They'll just see my jersey and they'll stop. But anyway,
you got it.
I'm so looking forward to a great season this year.
It's gonna be
I felt good. You and I talked on this very airwave a year ago this time, just after the draft, thinking we've got Jeff Hafley. We didn't have Micah Parsons yet. But we had a great draft. We had all of the pieces to the puzzle. And then along comes Micah Parsons. August 27th, 7 days before the start of the season. We're like, oh my God, did honestly, I just hear what I thought I heard?
Either him, Micah Parsons, or Tucker Kraft, either one of those two guys stay healthy and they still got a legit shot to go all the way. But
we
with both
would
of
have
them
been in the championship game.
Yeah. So
because we survived without Micah, and on defense we survived without Tucker on offense. But both of them, we didn't survive with both of them gone. That's what I'm saying. I know it didn't make sense when I said it, but what I'm saying is we both had to adjust, and it was because both had to adjust that we didn't survive both of those hits. But if only one had to adjust, we adjusted well. Or if it was just the other that had to adjust, we adjusted well. That's what I'm saying. So I think we would have been fine without those injuries. But injuries are a part of football. It's part of life. It happens. So I'm looking this year at 2 ACLs being even stronger, and maybe some of the with Javon Hargrave on the opposite side of Micah Parsons, and maybe a Denai Douglas. I don't remember Douglas something. With him being in the mix and spelling Micah Parsons, spelling Hargrave. And then if Lucas Van Ness comes in and takes that step forward, last year before his injury, he was at 1.5 sacks in the first couple of games, and then all of a sudden he goes down with an injury. He may just be injury prone. He may just be. This is his last year before his contract is up. This year, and then they would have to. Yeah, they would have to take the 5th-year option or say, I'm sorry, but this year is his make or break year.
All righty. Well, a third of the head coaches are new in the NFL, at least with new teams in the NFL this season too. Yeah. So that's a lot of turmoil, a lot of upheaval. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that goes. So, all right, buddy, let's wrap things up. Next week again, ALTRUIZE and Habitat for Humanity, and hopefully also Fresh Prince of Loves Park. Remember, you change the world when you help one person. So be a blessing to someone every day this week. We'll meet you back here next Saturday for another In Crowd 815 podcast. See you off the air, Tom.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye.
815 In Crowd. 815 In Crowd.